Hey, you want to hear something cool? Hear the thing. Between February 1st and February 2nd, 1959, 9 lives were lost in the northern Ural Mountains in a maddening mystery that's never been solved. Our story begins on January 23rd of that year, when a route book was issued for an expedition that was going to be hiking through those mountains. Igor Dyatlov and 10 others were experienced climbers and skiers from a sports club. Some of them were gaining additional certification by going on this particular expedition. 2 of them stayed behind for various reasons, leaving 9 that actually went on the expedition, leaving that day. Dyatlov agreed to telegram the sports club once he was back in a small village nearby. He assumed he might be back there by maybe February 12th. When the sports club had no word from him by February 20th, the families demanded search. That's when the local officials, the locals, and the government all got together. They swept the area, and on February 26th, they made a discovery. They found the now abandoned tent in a pass. It was half taken down, and there were several tears from the inside, seemingly from a knife or other sharp object. There were 9 sets of footprints running away from the tent. The footprints showed that they were only wearing socks or were barefoot. These tracks stopped about 150 meters from the tent. In a tree line 1.5 kilometers away, they found the remains of a small fire, with 2 bodies, shoeless, with no coats and no gloves, next to the fire. They were wearing only their underwear, and it appeared that they simply let the fire burn out without attempting to replenish it. There were broken branches as high as 5 meters in some of the nearby trees. 3 more of the bodies were found between that fire and the abandoned tent, at 300, 480, and 630 meters from the fire. Everything from the fire and those bodies were within line of sight. They could see the tent from there. It took an additional 2 months to find the remaining 4 bodies. They were 75 meters further into the woods than the fire. They were under 4 meters of snow. They were better dressed, but one had burned pant legs as if they were standing or had even put their legs into the fire. 2 of the bodies had crushed chests. One had major skull damage. One had a fractured skull. Some were missing eyes. One was missing a tongue. There was no sign of struggle from any of them. From where those bodies were found, you could see the fire. From where the fire was, you could see the tent. This led to many theories over the years as to what may have happened. One theory involves an avalanche, but there was no evidence of an avalanche found, including the fact that their hiking and skiing poles were stuck into the snow and were still sticking straight up. They hadn't been moved at all. Another explanation could be katabatic winds, the type of winds that come through and sweep through various passes, building strength until they become tornado-like winds, tornado-like powered winds. Again, nothing showed this. There was no wind sweep in the snow, and none of these poles had been knocked over. Another theory involving wind could be that the wind coming through the pass hit it at just the right direction to create sub frequencies that only a few people can hear. Infrasound. Even if you can't hear this, it can still affect you. This infrasound may have caused a panic or insanity amongst them, causing them to hallucinate. Others believe it may have been military secret projects, and still others believe it may have been the Yeti. What we know is that 6 of them died from hypothermia. 3 of them died from blunt force trauma. The official Russian investigation findings that were released to the press stated that they were killed by an unknown compelling force. The pass was renamed for the expedition leader, Igor Dyatlov. And this has been the story of Dyatlov's Pass. I'm Brian P. Gallagher. Join me next time on Hear the Thing. Hey, you want to hear something cool?